The human soldier, Alex, had been alone on the outer rim of the Zephyria system for months, patrolling abandoned stations and monitoring rogue alien activity. His ship, a compact scout vessel, hovered silently above the wreck of what had once been a bustling research outpost. The cold hum of the engine and the soft blinking of control panels were the only sounds, until something unusual appeared on the motion sensors, a rapid movement near the entrance of the station. Alex tightened his grip on the handheld scanner. Nothing should be here. The sector was supposed to be empty. He moved cautiously toward the airlock, each step echoing in the metallic hallway. Then, without warning, the airlock hissed open. She appeared, a being unlike any Alex had seen before, stepped inside. Her skin shimmered faintly under the dim lights, a color that shifted subtly between violet and silver. Her eyes glowed softly, intelligent and calculating. Her movements were quick, graceful, and purposeful. Alex instinctively reached for his weapon, but she raised her hands, not in aggression, but in a gesture that demanded attention. "I am Kayla," she said, her voice melodic yet firm. "We have no time for introductions. The station is not safe." Alex hesitated. Most of the aliens he had encountered in the border sectors were hostile, but Kayla didn't radiate threat. Still, he couldn't let his guard down. "What do you mean it's not safe?" he asked. Kayla didn't answer immediately. Instead, she moved with astonishing speed to the central console. Her fingers danced over the holographic interface, scanning readings Alex hadn't even noticed. Alarms began to blink, indicating a breach in the station's outer hull. "Something is coming," she said simply. "You are not prepared." Alex's mind raced. "Coming? What is it?" "Not what?" Kayla corrected, her eyes narrowing. "Who?" Before he could respond, the ground trembled and the walls shook violently. A low, guttural roar echoed through the corridors. The sensors indicated massive life forms approaching from the station's lower docking bay. Alex realized immediately that they weren't human. They were predators, genetically engineered and utterly alien. Kayla didn't hesitate. She activated a series of defense turrets with a swipe across the console. The turrets powered up, emitting a blue glow as they targeted the advancing creatures. "Follow me," she said, motioning toward the maintenance shafts. Alex followed, stunned by her speed and precision. He had always been a skilled soldier, but Kayla moved like someone who had been trained in a completely different style of combat, one that seemed almost instinctual. The shafts were narrow, filled with pipes and cables, forcing Alex to crouch as he moved. Kayla led him with uncanny awareness of every turn, every obstacle. "These creatures are hunters," she explained as they ran. "They are not easily stopped by conventional weapons. We must reach the central core." "The central core? Why?" Alex asked, panting. "They are here for the station's energy supply," she replied without looking back. "If they reach it, the explosion will destroy this entire sector." Alex swallowed hard. The stakes were higher than anything he had faced in his patrols. He was a human soldier trained for skirmishes and border conflicts, not alien attacks of this magnitude. Yet somehow Kayla's presence gave him confidence. Her movements, her calm and her intelligence made him realize that she was not just another alien. She was extraordinary. They emerged from the shafts into the main control room. The sight made Alex's stomach tighten. The predators had breached the station. They were massive, four-legged creatures with armored scales and claws capable of tearing through reinforced steel. Their glowing eyes reflected the dim light, and they moved with coordinated precision as if hunting not for food, but for domination. Kayla took a deep breath and focused on the console. "The core is here," she said. "I can override the energy supply, but it will take time." "You must hold them off," Alex's mind raced. He glanced at the turrets Kayla had activated. They were partially powered, but would take seconds more to charge fully. Seconds that might cost them their lives. He grabbed a nearby plasma rifle and took aim at the first creature as it approached the doorway. The creature's claws sliced through the metal frame, sparks flying. Alex fired and the plasma bolt struck it, but it only staggered slightly. These creatures were tougher than anything he had faced before. Kayla didn't fight directly. Instead, she moved with surgical precision, manipulating the station's systems to create barriers, redirect energy flows, and trigger defensive mechanisms. The predators roared in frustration, momentarily confused by the sudden force fields and energy pulses. Alex realized that Kayla's strategy was not brute force. It was intelligence, adaptation, and anticipation. She didn't attack blindly. She manipulated the environment to gain the advantage. He found himself inspired, coordinating with her movements, creating traps and setting ambush points. The synergy was immediate. Time seemed to stretch as the predators pressed forward. Each roar, each clash of metal and claw heightened the tension. Alex could feel his muscles burning, his heart racing, but he refused to falter. Kayla's calm focus reminded him that panic would be fatal. Suddenly, one predator lunged toward the console where Kayla worked. Without hesitation, Alex dove, knocking it off balance. Sparks flew as claws scraped across the floor, narrowly missing Kayla. She glanced at him, her glowing eyes meeting his. For a brief moment, it felt as though they were connected, not just as allies, but as a team united against overwhelming odds. "We must reach the core," Kayla shouted over the roar of the battle. "I can hold them temporarily, but the override will fail if I am interrupted." Alex nodded, understanding immediately. He fired his rifle with renewed determination, buying her precious seconds. The turrets activated fully, unleashing concentrated beams of energy that struck the advancing creatures. One by one they faltered, their movements becoming erratic. Kayla's fingers flew over the console, initiating the final override sequence. Lights blinked rapidly and a low hum began to resonate through the station as energy redirected from the core to protective shields. Alex's heart pounded. This was their chance. If Kayla succeeded, the station could survive. If she failed, it would be reduced to debris, and they would likely die in the explosion. The largest predator, a hulking beast covered in black chitin, roared and charged directly at them. Alex fired relentlessly, but it kept coming, seemingly impervious. Kayla's voice rang out sharply. "Alex, use the energy conduit. Lead it there." Without hesitation, Alex maneuvered the creature toward a glowing conduit running along the floor. The predator followed, driven by instinct or perhaps intelligence Alex could not comprehend. Kayla activated the conduit at the last moment and a surge of energy erupted. The creature shrieked, staggering as the power immobilized it temporarily. The override completed with a loud beep. The station's energy supply stabilized, shields activated, and the remaining predators retreated, sensing that the station was no longer vulnerable. Silence fell. The only sounds were the hum of machinery and Alex's heavy breathing. Kayla exhaled deeply, her hands finally leaving the console. She turned to Alex, her glowing eyes softer now, reflecting relief. "You were brave," she said simply. "Most humans would have panicked or fled." Alex shook his head, still catching his breath. "I wasn't brave. I was just trying to survive. You were incredible." Kayla's lips curved into a faint smile. "Survival is not enough. We must adapt, learn, and fight together. That is how we endure." Alex studied her for a moment. He had faced countless threats across human and alien territories, but nothing compared to this encounter. Kayla was unlike any being he had known. Intelligent, skilled, and unyielding. He realized that this was only the beginning. The Zephyria system had secrets, and Kayla had knowledge that he would need if they were to survive what was coming. "Are you going to stay here?" he asked cautiously. Kayla tilted her head, considering him. "For now," she replied. "We have work to do. There are others more dangerous than these, and the humans must know what is coming." Alex nodded, understanding that his patrols had just become infinitely more complicated and infinitely more important. He had faced alien threats before, but none like this. And for the first time in months, he felt a strange sense of hope. Hope that together, he and Kayla could survive what was coming. And perhaps even turn the tide of an unseen war that stretched across the stars. The station's lights flickered, casting long shadows across the walls. Outside, the void of space seemed calm, but Alex knew better. Danger was never far in the Zephyria system. But with Kayla at his side, he felt ready to face it, whatever it might be. The battle was over, but the war had only begun. The silence after the battle in the station felt fragile, almost unreal. Alex and Kayla stood side by side, watching the motion sensors for any remaining threats. The Zephyria system had always been dangerous, but the creatures that had attacked were only the beginning. Kayla's expression remained calm, yet there was an intensity in her glowing eyes that told Alex the real danger was yet to come. "We've survived this attack," Alex said cautiously, "but you made it sound like there's more." Kayla nodded. "This sector is just one of many. These creatures are scouts. They were testing defenses, learning our patterns. The real threat lies deeper. in the uncharted zones of Zephyria. They will come stronger and smarter. Alex clenched his fists. He had survived ambushes, skirmishes, and hostile alien encounters before, but the thought of something bigger and more dangerous made his blood run cold. Yet beside Kayla he felt prepared. There was an unspoken understanding between them. They would face whatever came together. Kayla moved to the central console again, scanning encrypted messages left by the original station crew. They discovered something, she muttered. Something that could change the balance in the system. Something powerful enough that these predators are desperate to reach it. Alex stepped closer. What did they discover? Kayla didn't answer immediately. Her fingers flew over the console, decrypting data and opening access logs. Images and schematics filled the holographic screens. A prototype energy core, she said finally. Not like the standard cores used in human stations. This one is sentient in a way, capable of adapting, generating shields, even creating defensive drones. The predators want it because it could make them unstoppable. Alex's mind raced, so the attack wasn't random. They were hunting for it, Kayla nodded. Exactly. And if they take it, the Zephyria system will fall. Entire colonies could be lost. You must understand, human. This is bigger than a simple patrol or skirmish. This is war in its earliest stage. Alex swallowed hard, feeling the weight of responsibility pressing down. He had never imagined that his patrol duties would lead him here, facing alien predators hunting sentient energy technology. But he didn't falter. Humans were resourceful. They adapted, they survived, and they fought. He was determined to prove that now. We need to secure the core, he said firmly. Can we move it somewhere safer? Kayla's eyes softened for a moment. I can relocate it, but we'll need to travel to the secondary facility on Zephyria Prime. It's heavily shielded, and only I can interface with the core safely. The journey will be dangerous, but it is the only way. Alex nodded, already calculating the risks. They would need to leave immediately. Every second wasted increased the chance that more predators could arrive. Let's prepare the ship, he said. The shuttle bay was still intact, though minor damage from the predator attack had left debris scattered across the floor. Alex and Kayla worked together, clearing pathways and inspecting systems. Kayla's speed and precision were remarkable, and Alex marveled at her ability to interface with human technology, almost as if it were an extension of her mind. As they prepared for departure, the station's external sensors picked up movement. More predators were approaching, larger, faster, and more coordinated than before. Alex gritted his teeth. The battle wasn't over. Kayla didn't hesitate. She activated defensive fields around the shuttle, creating temporary barriers to hold the creatures off. We have only minutes, she said. Board the shuttle quickly. Alex moved with practiced efficiency, securing the last components and ensuring the energy core was stable for transport. The shuttle doors closed behind them just as the predators reached the station's outer walls. The hum of engines filled the bay, and within seconds they lifted off, leaving the station behind in a cloud of dust and sparks. Alex took a deep breath, the adrenaline still coursing through his veins. That was too close, he said. Kayla's eyes glowed softly. Close is the nature of survival. But now we must focus on the journey ahead. Zephyria Prime is not friendly territory. Many dangers lie between here and the secondary facility. The journey through space was tense. Alex monitored the instruments, plotting the safest course while Kayla interfaced with the energy core, ensuring its stability. She explained its functions in simple terms, and Alex listened intently, realizing that this core wasn't just a power source. It was a guardian, capable of autonomous defense and strategic thinking. Hours passed as they traveled through asteroid fields and uncharted sectors. Alex had grown used to danger, but even he had to admit that Kayla's abilities and the energy core's potential were beyond anything humanity had encountered. He began to understand why the predators were so determined. They were hunting not just power, but something that could tip the scales of an interstellar conflict. Suddenly, the shuttle's sensors detected an anomaly. A massive ship, sleek and alien, was approaching at high speed. Its design was unlike anything Alex had seen, with adaptive armor that reflected energy readings and weapons capable of firing multiple beams simultaneously. They've found us, Kayla said calmly, though Alex could sense the tension in her voice. Prepare for evasive maneuvers. Alex gripped the controls, dodging through a field of debris while Kayla manipulated the shuttle's systems. Energy pulses flared as the alien ship fired, but Kayla redirected the attacks with the core's adaptive shields. It was a tense dance of skill, speed, and strategy. "You humans are interesting," Kayla said suddenly, almost to herself. Alex glanced at her. "What do you mean?" he asked, narrowly dodging a beam. "You adapt," she said. "You learn quickly. You improvise. That is why I chose to work with you. Many humans would have frozen, panicked, or run. You face danger head-on and find solutions." Alex's heart pounded, but he felt a surge of pride. "I'm just doing what I have to," he said. "No," Kayla replied. "You are more than that. You are an example of what humans can achieve when they rise to the challenge. That is why the predators underestimated you." Her words resonated with him. In that moment, Alex realized that the human spirit, the courage, ingenuity, and determination that had allowed humanity to explore the stars, was something the universe had underestimated. And now, it was proving itself in the most dangerous situation he had ever faced. The battle continued, the alien ship relentless. Alex coordinated with Kayla, using the shuttle's weapons, the core's adaptive defenses, and his own experience as a soldier. They moved with precision, each decision calculated to maximize survival and effectiveness. Finally, after tense maneuvers and calculated strikes, the alien ship broke off, retreating into the depths of space. The immediate threat was gone, but Alex knew it was only a matter of time before they returned, or worse, brought reinforcements. Kayla exhaled, her glowing eyes softening. "We are not safe yet," she said, "but we are closer. Sophiria Prime awaits, and there, we can secure the core permanently." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility. This mission was far beyond a simple patrol or rescue operation. They were guardians now, protectors of something the universe had never seen before, and the choices they made could determine the fate of entire colonies. The shuttle descended toward Sophiria Prime, its surface a rugged, mountainous landscape with hidden valleys and shielded facilities. As they approached the secondary facility, Alex marveled at the scale of the defenses: energy shields, automated drones, and camouflaged structures blending perfectly with the terrain. Kayla guided the shuttle to a secure landing zone, interfacing with the facility's systems to activate entry protocols. "Once inside, we can integrate the core fully," she explained. "The predators cannot penetrate these defenses." Alex felt a sense of relief, but also anticipation. This was only the beginning of their mission. Protecting the core, surviving the predators, and ensuring the safety of the Sophiria system would test every skill, every decision, and every ounce of courage they possessed. As the shuttle doors opened, Kayla and Alex stepped onto solid ground. The air was crisp, the landscape alien yet strangely beautiful. Alex looked around, understanding that this was a turning point. Humanity had allies, humans had courage, and with Kayla's guidance they could face any threat. "This place, it's incredible," Alex said quietly. Kayla smiled faintly. "It is more than incredible. It is a sanctuary, a stronghold. Here we prepare, we adapt, and we defend. And you, human, will help me ensure that nothing threatens this system again." Alex felt a surge of determination. He had survived the predators, navigated a deadly chase through space, and witnessed the capabilities of the sentient core. But he knew the real challenge lay ahead: training, defending, and preparing for the inevitable return of the predators. Yet for the first time, he did not feel fear. He felt purpose. He felt the strength of humanity, working together with Kayla and the incredible technology they now guarded. Together they would face the universe's challenges, and together they would prevail. The Sophiria system was vast, dangerous, and unpredictable. But Alex, with Kayla at his side, was ready. The battle was far from over. But the human spirit, adaptable, courageous, and unyielding, was stronger than ever. And somewhere in the distance, beyond the stars, the predators were already planning their return. Alex clenched his fists, a spark of determination in his eyes. Let them come. Humans would be ready, and with Kayla they would not just survive,